Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game. So taking out a fun and exciting episode for you guys this evening because we're playing the recently released Megaman Law of Justice. And what this is basically a reimagining of the original Megaman game. You get new robot masters, you get new levels, new music, new weapons, and basically an entirely new Megaman experience. This was released by Timaeus. He is a Megaman fan game creator, and honestly this thing is absolutely spectacular. And I think if you're a Megaman fan, you're definitely going to want to play. Before we get too far involved though, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined to support the channel, we got a Patreon link down below as well. But honestly, what is on display here is classic 8-bit Mega Man goodness. It's got all the difficulty, it's got all the charm, it's got all of the fun, and that is definitely something you're looking for in a fan game. And honestly, this feels like a lost Mega Man game, something Capcom themselves would have developed back in the day. And that's always the highest compliment I can pay to any sort of fan game. It feels like something the original developers would have made back in the day and released it on the source hardware here, the NES, and it would have reviewed well. Then you know you're in for a good time, and Law of Justice is exactly that. This is every bit as good as any Mega Man game you've ever played, and if you are a Mega Man fan, that's going to be pretty exciting. And I will say one of my favorite parts about the game is the challenge and the level layout. There's a ton of fun, interesting jumps, and because we are on Below Man stage right now, so many jokes that could be made there, but we'll try to be a little bit more mature this week. You'll see that I am getting pushed to the right, so you need to kind of time your jumps up, or in that instance, completely blow the timing of the jump and end up falling to our death. Every single stage is going to have some sort of unique challenge, whether it's platforming or enemy placement, and it's going to take you all the time that a normal Mega Man game would to really learn the layout and understand how to move and traverse safely through the world. And that's what I've always loved about Mega Man in general. The challenge isn't in just beating the robot masters or destroying the enemies in front of you, it really is navigating around the world in front of you. And this game has all of those fun, challenging jumps. You're definitely going to die a lot, but you're always going to die because you didn't do what the game asked of you. If you miss a jump, it's because you mistimed your input, which I will definitely do in the video, but this is laid out in a way in which you can succeed if you are just good at the game and you continue to learn more about it. And I do love the fact that you get so many fun robot masters moving into Boltman stage here, and it is going to be electrical themed, although when I first played this game I kind of thought it might be hardware themed, and that definitely would have been a fun time as well. But you'll see here in this stage, all of the bolts and their movement are going to be the real challenge. Some are fast, some are slow, some are going vertical, and some are going horizontal, and trying to actually circumnavigate the space that you're in and make sure you're safe is going to be challenging because there aren't a ton of health power-ups in Law of Justice. It is on the more challenging side. Now if you do want to play this game, the good news is it works perfectly fine under software emulation, it works on MiSTer FPGA, it works on original hardware with a flash cart. There really isn't any wrong way to play this game, but if you do use software emulation, make sure you don't have too much lag because some of these jumps are going to be absolutely mind-bogglingly difficult like you see right here. It can be a challenge, you can end up falling into a pit and dying, so you don't want any lag in your gameplay. So MiSTer FPGA, if you have one, I definitely recommend it. If not, real hardware and software emulation third. But as we move further on, you'll see again, the jumps in this game are absolutely tight. You have to be perfect on pretty much every jump or you're going to fall into a pit to your death. But that's kind of where some of the fun lies too. I've loved the challenge, and I know when I do miss a jump it's because I misread it or wasn't paying attention. Like right there, should not have jumped, but it's my first time through this level, so I wasn't quite aware of where the enemy was going to be. So you want to move slowly, kind of understand how the enemies move, and be able to actually pick them off so you can make safe jumps throughout some of the areas in this game. If you try to rush ahead, you are just going to continue after continue, death after death, and you're not going to have as much fun. But that's pretty much par for the course for any sort of Mega Man game. You always need to move slow and kind of be methodical about what's going on in front of you. Every single robot master, every single enemy, every single distraction or danger on the screen has its own pattern, and once you identify those unique patterns and know how to work around them, you'll get so incredibly good at a Mega Man game so quickly. But if you've never played one before, and I'm assuming you have because you are watching my channel, and I'm sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Even things like this, the situation where we can get a health power up but we have to take an additional risk, the risk versus reward in this game is stellar, and it really makes you think, is it worth it? And of course it's got some incredible music as well, so go ahead and listen for 45 seconds, I'll be back with more. super fun music that fits the theme, and I do love this stage in particular. Kind of reminds me a little bit about Ghouls and Ghosts, another Capcom franchise, and I love the ghost patterns here as well. Some are going to just run right at you and you have to shoot them because they do have a movement tech to them. Other ghosts are just going to basically jump up and down in an arc and you're not going to be able to hit them. They're going to prove to be more of an obstruction on the screen. But that again is fun. I love how this game plays with the platforming. It's tight, it's concise, it's challenging, and again, it's something that you want to learn and master, because right here, I was so close to getting that health back, but that one enemy dropped down from the top of the screen, and now the next time I go through, I will remember that. But moving on to Leafman's stage here, I would say every single Robot Master is well designed, and the stage that they inhabit is good as well. You basically have robot lumberjacks here, and these other mines just kind of going around the ground trying to blow you up. It's a fun look, and I do love how the graphics look. The colors, that NES charm, it has everything I want out of a Mega Man game. It is all meat, no filler for sure. And that's always fun because honestly, we haven't really seen a new Mega Man game in a long time from Capcom, so the fans are definitely keeping this franchise alive, and there's a ton of Mega Man ROM hacks out there. I play a decent amount in the background, and I usually never make a video if I'm not into something, so you know this one has to be good if I'm enjoying it. And again, I just can't get over how good the platforming in this game is. It is so challenging, it's so unique, and it feels like classic Mega Man all at the same time. You just need to be getting good at this game because trust me, again, you're gonna die a lot until you understand what the game's asking of you, but it's not a death where you feel like the game fought you on it. You just know that if you practiced a little bit more, read the screen a little bit more, and understood where you needed to go and how you needed to get there, that you too would be succeeding at it. And that's really the charm of a Mega Man game. The first time you play it is absolutely going to destroy you, but you're going to figure out how to play the game, how to get better at it, and that's where the fun really does come from. And I even love these falling leaves here, another extra mechanic where you just need to time your platforming up. Timing has always been a huge component in a Mega Man game, and it's no different here in Law of Justice, and I do appreciate that timing. It almost feels like a rhythm game in some aspect, and that definitely does work well within the context of the Mega Man universe. But again, this game is going to absolutely destroy you, because you'll see here I'm doing well, I'm on a good clip, I'm kind of reading the screen, but now I have this one ladybug in the way. You cannot shoot them, you just basically have to wait for the timing to be perfect, and I managed to screw that up in its entirety. But you'll know when you make a mistake in this game, and you'll know you can just go back and try it a little bit differently. You'll know where you failed and how to succeed moving forward. And I also appreciate all the creativity in all of the different stages. Every single stage feels new and unique. It works so well in the 8-bit Mega Man style graphics, and you're going to be charmed and enamored by everything you see. Some stages will be your favorite, some you won't like as much, but every single stage is going to show you something different. And if you spent the last 15-20 minutes on one stage and you move on to the next one, you're going to get completely different graphics, different colorways, and everything else that's really going to make it feel fresh and unique. And that's something that's really good in a fan game, and something that I don't always see, that super diversification of graphics to really make it feel like it's an intentional design choice, that you're getting so many different unique things. And just watch me completely blow this jump right here. Don't know what I did, just kind of dropped my input, but I'm sure it was my fault and not the game's fault. But as we move back to the original stage and go to the first Robot Master, I have been hiding all of the fun special weapons from you because I want you to get that sense of discovery when you play the game. But do be aware there is a text file within the mod file, and you can go ahead and open that up and get a description of what every single weapon does, because they're going to be different and unique, and you're going to have to learn how to use each and every one of them if you're actually going to want to finish the game. And I will tell you right now, the worst thing in a Mega Man game is going into the boss with a literal one hit left. You have to be perfect, and I'm definitely not going to be perfect on Below Man here. And again, very funny name, not going to make the jokes though. And this is just, again, why I love fan games and ROM hacking, and the fact that the community keeps franchises alive that the actual mainline developers don't touch that often anymore. I wish we would get another Mega Man game sometime soon. I'd love it in the 16-bit or even the 32-bit Saturn aesthetic, but I really don't expect that to happen anytime soon. So luckily, fans give us stuff like Law of Justice. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and tell me what your favorite Mega Man game is and what your favorite fan game is as well, because I would be curious. But we're done. Below Man has been blown away. Pun very much intended. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.